Have you ever planned a winter getaway, only to be surprised by a blizzard that seemed to come out of nowhere, turning your travel plans upside down and painting the city in white overnight? Or maybe you've stepped outside expecting a crisp winter day, only to be met by an unexpected cold snap that chills you to the bone, forcing everyone to scramble for extra layers and rethink their day. Weather keeps us guessing, constantly rewriting the rules with every season. It's a master of surprise, shifting from gentle flurries to fierce storms, and from mild afternoons to icy mornings, often with little warning. As we look ahead to the winter of 2025-2026 in Europe, meteorologists are tracking a rare convergence of powerful global forces. This isn't just another winter. This is a season shaped by extraordinary events in the atmosphere and oceans. This year, it's not just one weather pattern at play. Several major climate drivers are lining up, each with the potential to reshape the season. From the Pacific Ocean to the Arctic Circle, these forces are interacting in ways we haven't seen in decades. Imagine a global chess game, where a single move in the Pacific or a sudden shift above the North Pole can trigger a chain reaction, changing whether you'll need extra blankets in Berlin or if you'll be bracing for icy winds sweeping across the continent. Or perhaps you'll be lucky enough to enjoy mild afternoons in Madrid, sipping coffee outdoors while much of Europe shivers under heavy clouds. The upcoming winter is a complex puzzle, with a cool Pacific, a wobbly polar circulation, and shifting jet streams all playing their part. Each piece of this puzzle influences the next, making the outcome even harder to predict. Add to that a blast of stratospheric warmth, and you have a recipe for dramatic changes: sudden freezes, unexpected thaws, and wild swings in snowfall that could catch even the most prepared off guard. Together, these ingredients could deliver a winter far colder and snowier than Europe has seen in years, challenging cities, travelers, and families alike to adapt to whatever comes next. Let's dive into the science behind these powerful forces and discover why forecasters are watching this winter so closely. Because when weather rewrites the rules, everyone has to pay attention. Our story begins in the Pacific Ocean, where La Niña is cooling the equatorial waters. La Niña acts like a global thermostat, subtly shifting weather patterns far beyond the tropics. In Europe, its main effect is to encourage high-pressure systems near Greenland, blocking the usual flow of mild Atlantic air. This Greenland block opens the door for Arctic and Siberian cold to sweep across the continent. The current La Niña is expected to last all winter, stacking the odds for a colder season. While La Niña alone doesn't guarantee a deep freeze, it sets the stage for more severe conditions. But this winter, La Niña isn't acting alone. Another, even more dramatic event is about to join the mix. That's what makes this forecast so compelling. Now, let's head north to the stratosphere above the Arctic, home of the polar vortex. When strong, the polar vortex locks frigid air over the pole, keeping Europe milder. But if it weakens or wobbles, that cold air can spill south, unleashing Arctic blasts across the continent. Disruptions to the polar vortex are often triggered by powerful atmospheric waves rising from below. This winter, meteorologists are watching for signs of a major disruption. A weak vortex is a classic signal for severe cold outbreaks. The polar vortex is always present, but its strength determines whether Europe gets a mild winter or a deep freeze. This year, a rare event is poised to shake the vortex to its core. When the vortex falters, Europe feels the chill. All eyes are on what's about to happen next. The biggest wildcard for the upcoming winter is a phenomenon known as sudden stratospheric warming, or SSW, which is now forecast to occur in late November. This rare atmospheric event has the potential to dramatically reshape the weather patterns across Europe and beyond, making it a key focus for meteorologists and climate scientists this season. In just a matter of days, temperatures high above the North Pole can skyrocket by as much as 50 degrees Celsius, creating a powerful shockwave that ripples through the upper layers of the atmosphere. This sudden warming is not something that happens at ground level, but its effects are felt far and wide. Rather than warming the surface, this event disrupts the polar vortex, a vast ring of strong winds that usually keeps frigid Arctic air locked in place. When the vortex is disturbed, it weakens and can even split apart, allowing icy Arctic air to spill southward into Europe and other regions. An SSW this early in the season is extremely rare, having only been recorded 3 times in the past 70 years. Each time, it has led to some of the most memorable and severe winter weather events in recent history. The effects of an SSW don't reach the surface immediately. It typically takes a couple of weeks for the atmospheric changes to work their way down, so the real impact is expected to be felt in December and January. This means that the heart of winter could be much colder and more intense than usual. Historically, early SSWs have triggered significant cooling across northern and central Europe, leading to prolonged cold spells, heavy snowfall, and even disruptions to daily life and infrastructure. This event could completely flip the usual winter weather script, favoring cold, dry easterly winds from Siberia over the milder, wetter Atlantic breezes that typically dominate. Such a shift could mean more frequent and intense cold snaps, with biting winds and widespread frost. When combined with the ongoing La Niña conditions in the Pacific, the stage is set for a winter that could be much colder and snowier than what we've seen in recent years. The interaction between these two powerful climate drivers is being closely watched. This is the critical piece of the puzzle that has forecasters on high alert, as they monitor the evolving situation and prepare for the possibility of a truly exceptional winter across Europe. This winter, La Niña and the SSW are joining forces. La Niña builds a high-pressure block over Greenland, already favoring cold air intrusions. The SSW then disrupts the polar vortex, unleashing Arctic air into the pattern La Niña created. Together they create a negative North Atlantic oscillation, high pressure to the north, low to the south, reversing Europe's usual wind flow. Cold, dry air from the east replaces the milder Atlantic air, boosting the odds of snow and deep freezes. This rare synergy hasn't been seen in years and is expected to dominate early winter. The result? A prolonged battle between Arctic cold and Atlantic influence, with cold likely to win out, especially in December and January. Forecasters are watching this setup closely. Europe could be in for a winter unlike any in recent memory. As the SSW's effects reach the surface, December 2025 is set to start with a widespread chill. The Greenland block and displaced polar air will drive cold, easterly winds across Europe. Western and Central Europe face a high chance of below-normal temperatures and increased odds for a white Christmas. Storms will track farther south, bringing wetter weather to the Mediterranean and heavy mountain snow in the Alps and Pyrenees. Elsewhere, the cold, dry flow may mean less precipitation, but more sea-effect snow near the North and Baltic Seas. Early snow cover reflects sunlight, reinforcing the cold and making the pattern harder to break. December's frosty start could set the tone for the rest of winter. The stage is set for memorable cold and snow. Winter is arriving early, and it's coming in strong. As December turns to January, high pressure is expected to dominate much of Europe. These systems trap cold air, leading to dry, crisp days and sharp frosts. The flow from Scandinavia and Russia will keep Central and Northeastern Europe colder than normal. While not as dramatic as December's plunge, the chill will be persistent, with few mild spells. Snowfall may be limited in some areas, but any disturbance could still bring snow that lingers in the cold. Southern Europe may see more active weather as storms skirt the high-pressure block. Local variations like fog and low cloud could keep some regions especially frigid. January's story: stubborn, lingering cold, with Europe firmly in winter's grip. The deep freeze continues. By February 2026, the polar vortex may recover, shifting Europe's weather once again. As the vortex regains strength, milder Atlantic air could return, bringing above-normal temperatures to much of the continent. After 2 cold months, this would feel like an early spring preview. Rainfall is likely to increase, especially in Central and Western Europe, while northern regions could see late-season snow. The transition may be gradual, with cold snaps still possible early in the month. The recovery of the polar vortex is unpredictable. Another disruption could send a final blast of cold. February is often a battleground between winter and spring, and this year will be no different. Expect a shift toward milder, wetter weather, but stay alert for surprises. The season's end may look very different from its start. The winter of 2025 to 2026 is shaping up to be a season of contrasts, unlike anything we've seen in recent years. Across Europe, people are bracing for a winter that could swing between extremes, keeping everyone on their toes. A rare combination of La Niña and an early sudden stratospheric warming event, or SSW, is setting the stage for a cold, snowy start. December and January are expected to be dominated by persistent Arctic air, sharp frosts, and frequent snowfalls, especially in northern and central regions. Cities and rural areas alike could see icy mornings and snow-covered streets, making travel and daily routines more challenging. But just as you settle into the deep freeze, February could bring a dramatic shift. As the polar vortex recovers, milder and wetter weather is likely to return, melting snow and bringing rain to many areas. Streets that were once icy may become slick with rain, and the landscape will transform yet again. Snowfall will vary widely. Some regions may experience above-average accumulations, while others could see less than usual, all depending on how local weather patterns develop. The difference between a snowstorm and a rain shower could be just a few kilometers. The key theme this winter is variability. Your experience will depend not only on your location, but also on how the storm tracks shift from week to week. Some areas may be blanketed in snow, while others remain relatively mild. Forecasts offer valuable guidance, but remember, weather remains famously unpredictable. Even the best models can't capture every twist and turn, so it's wise to expect the unexpected. Stay informed with local updates as the season unfolds. Check your weather apps, tune in to local news, and pay attention to alerts so you can adapt your plans quickly. Whether this winter brings a big chill or a mild surprise, being prepared is always the best strategy. Stock up on essentials, make sure your home and car are winter ready, and keep warm clothing handy for sudden cold snaps. The science behind the forecast is fascinating, with meteorologists tracking global patterns and using advanced technology to make predictions. But in the end, the real story will be written by the weather itself, unfolding day by day. So bundle up, stay alert, and get ready for a winter to remember. One that promises surprises, challenges, and maybe even a little magic along the way.